Today, we will be putting the spotlight on a 25-year-old lieutenant and military pilot serving in the Guyana Defense Force, Bibi Aleema Hakh. Hi, Bibi.
Hello.
How are you feeling?
I'm okay this morning.
I know the weather's kind of wet today. Is that affecting your mood in any way?
It's making my mood a lot better. It's positively affecting my mood.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that. So I'm very excited to have this conversation with you because I think it's really extraordinary that at age 25, your accomplishments are so grand, and I'm really inspired to hear your story. So can you tell us first, when did you decide that this is the field for you?
If I'm being completely honest with you, I know a lot of young pilots would give you the story where they had always wanted to fly. They went to airports when they were younger. They looked up at the sky. If I'm being honest, I had always wanted to be a vet. But somewhere around sixth form, when I was now coming out of school, I decided piloting was the career for me. Even though it hasn't been my first choice, I can tell you something I don't regret at all. I started it, I loved it, and there's no regrets. It hasn't been my first choice, but something that I would never change.
Okay, and I really want to know, like, what was that moment where it hit you that, yes, I'm going to be a pilot?
It hit me that I was going to be a pilot. I went home, actually. I attended Queen's College for sixth form, and we had one of those career days.
Oh.
So somebody from Ogle had come to us, and they sold us this wonderful tale of flight. And I remember being so excited, and I went home and I was like, Dad, Mom, this is what I want to do. And you know, my parents have always been really encouraging. And then we got the uniforms, I got to put the bars on. And that is when it hit me, when I saw myself in the uniform with the bag and everything. Felt really accomplished, you know, to be stepping forward to this aircraft and taking it into the air.
Right, right. That's so great that you got the support from your parents with this. And I know generally that this industry is male dominated. I think you mentioned that you can count the amount of female pilots on your fingers.
Okay.
So with that, how challenging was it for you throughout the entire process of studying and actually, you know, coming to practice?
Actually, I know that there have been a lot of challenges for females in the industry, but because of the path right now and the women that have come before me, it's a lot easier. For me, I have been quite lucky. I went to school in Trinidad. I have never experienced any gender-based issues over there. I came over here, and to be honest with you, Air Corps has been welcoming and accepting. I've always had everybody encouraging me in the best of ways. I even had one of my captains, he says, you know, there's something about a women's touch. So he always goes, you know, the female pilots are better. They are a class above the rest. So I haven't really been exposed to it, but I attribute that to the women that have come before me and have cleared the way for me.
Right, right. Before becoming a pilot, a military pilot and a lieutenant in our army, what was your life like? What kind of person you were before joining this field?
To be honest with you, I went from school to high school to sixth form to flight school. So my life has not really been very, let's say, outdoorsy. So this was one of the more extreme things that I have done. But like I said, it's something that I don't regret. If you know me from school, people can tell you that I was the bookish person.
Okay.
I was always the person with a book in my hand as opposed to out on a field. So if you meet my old classmates now, they'll be like, this is such a change, such a step for you. But like I said, it's not something that I would ever give up or turn back to.
All right. Take me through a day in the life of Bibi as a pilot.
Okay, Bibi as a pilot. If we have an 8 o'clock flight, I would generally get picked up somewhere around 6, so I would get up somewhere around 5. To be honest with you, piloting starts really in the night. It's about the preparation. It's about the checking of the weather, the planning. Planning and preparation is everything when you go out there. So when you get up in the morning, all of the steps have already been finished. So you just kind of go with everything. You get picked up, you come to work. The engineers would have already pre-flighted the plane. It's all movements in a wheel. So everybody works perfectly in an aviation family. Everybody has their part to play. So we come, we double check the plane. We ensure it's loaded properly. And then you give us the weather, the current weather right there. And off you go to whichever destination they would have given to you the day before.
And what was your first flight experience like? Describe it.
So generally, you have a FAM flight. When you go to flight school, your instructor or somebody from the school would put you in an aircraft and take you up and just kind of get you to enjoy the beauty of flight. So you just kind of go around and go like, oh, this is nice, this is cool, things like that. But for me, I had a very overzealous instructor. So my first flight was very, very overwhelming, honestly. He put a lot of information on me. And I remember coming down and I was like, this is so hard, flying is so bad. And I didn't get to enjoy it. I think my third or fourth flight was really enjoyment for me. So it was the resilience, the keep going attitude that, you know, got me through it to even acknowledge the beauty of it. So I had a rough start, but it was okay after that.
All right. And the fact that this is a male-dominated industry or field of study, what would you say to other young women to encourage them to come into this field? And what would you say whoever's responsible has to do something towards increasing the amount of women that we have coming in the aviation field?
I think a lot of people look at it and they say, you know, it is male-dominated.
Yeah.
But I'm here to tell you that if I can do it, anybody else can do it. I have had not that many challenges. And if it's something that you look up in the sky and you see a plane and you think, you know, I want to be the person in command of that plane one day, by all means go for it. Never be deterrent of the fact that you just see mostly males heading towards planes, because it is something anybody could do and anybody can enjoy.
All right, nice. So this series of interviews that we're doing with Guyanese women, it's dubbed The Resilient Woman. So with that, can you share with me, with us, on your trying days, what is that one thing that keeps you going?
I'll tell you the most relaxing thing about flight. The second you break ground and you look down, it is the most peaceful thing that you will ever experience. You could have a bad day, the skies could be gloomy, you could wake up, you could just not feel like it. And the second you lift off and you're in the sky and you look down, it's calming, it's therapy, it's something that you wouldn't change or you wouldn't give up.
So that has kept you coming to work every day?
My office view is one of the better ones, yes.
Nice, nice. So y'all hear that, the view is amazing. And how long have you been serving as a military pilot? And which is your favorite aircraft?
So I have been in the force. September last is 4 years, so September this year is going to be 5 years for me. I joined when I was 20, and actually, I'm about to tell you something. My favorite aircraft is actually the helicopter, and I am a fixed-wing pilot.
Oh, explain that.
I've always been captivated by helicopters. So my favorite helicopter, my favorite plane right now, or craft, is the helicopter.
Your health is our priority, and at Anamaya Memorial Hospital, we offer 24-hour access to CT scan services, life-saving diagnostic imaging technology that can save your life today. With our state-of-the-art GE Lightspeed 16-slice CT scanner, we can readily scan for a fractured skull, bleeding in the brain, or any other injury with early detection of tumors. Call us today at 322-3478 or 322-3474 for more information. Our professionals are always ready to assist you at Anamaya Memorial Hospital as we continue to revolutionize healthcare in Berbice.